All right, so guys, obviously I'm rolling my left leg here. Oh, I'm just, ooh. All right, guys, Mark McKillier here with Live Anabolic. So, do you suffer from a stiff, sore back like I do? Well, if the answer is yes, you need to stick around because I got a really good solution for you. All right, why am I holding this ball? That is the secret, all right, for today's video and my back problem. So, let me just first start off by talking about the fact that I am not some cyborg machine that never gets hurt. I've had back problems for a long time, and I actually have two different types of back problems. So, the first back problem is the one that I was able to fix and solve incredibly easy, and that's what I'm going to talk about today with you guys. But before I get to that, I want to talk about my other back problem, which is not real easy to solve, okay, and I just have to kind of deal with it. So my second back problem, it turns out, is I have 3 degenerative discs in my lower back. Sounds pretty scary, sounds bad. Yes and no. My back is pretty sore and achy first thing in the morning when I wake up, but after I'm vertical for about 15-20 minutes, pain goes away. I can do pretty much anything. So I can play golf, I can run, I can throw, I can twist, I can bend over, I can do deadlifts. All right. It's just that first thing in the morning, those degenerative discs are not very happy campers. And there is nothing I can do about it because I promise, guys, I've seen all kinds of experts spend a ton of money looking into this and having doctors and therapists treat it, and that's just the way it is. Good news is it's not getting any worse, all right? So I can live with this. Now, the other pain is what I'm going to talk about today, and that's what I think I can help a ton of you guys out there watching, and that is, do you feel like you just kind of have a weak, sore, stiff lower back? I'm not talking about necessarily a sharp pain. I'm just talking about just kind of, wow, it just hurts. It feels fatigued. It feels weak, all right? Well, guess what? I have felt like that since I was in my 20s, all right? And guys, I was in really good shape when I was in my 20s, all right? So my back would start to hurt when I would stand up for long periods of times, get this, at parties. So if I went to a really cool, nice party that lasted till 2 o'clock in the morning, like a black tie party or a coat and tie party, all right? And I'm just standing around mingling with everybody, all right, for hours on end. My back started killing me. And as soon as I sat down, I felt great. But I'm thinking about, look at all these other people. They're all fat, they're overweight, they're a lot older than me. Their backs aren't hurting them. I could not figure it out. So I figured, all right, must be a weak core. So man, I did tons of ab work for months and months. Didn't get any better. Figured, all right, well, it must be a weak lower back. So I did a lot of lower back exercises trying to strengthen this portion of my back. No better, all right? This went on for 25 years, all right? Long time. Now, it wasn't debilitating, but it sure was annoying, okay? Then one day at the gym, I was working out. I was about 50 years old. I'm 58 now, so roughly 8 years ago. The head trainer at the gym heard me complaining about this, all right? I like to bitch. And he said, Mark, I know exactly what it is and I can fix it. And I was like, oh yeah, right. Give me a break. So I rolled my eyes. He said, nope, come over here. And he made me lay down on the ground. And sure enough, it was painful as hell. But after doing what he told me to do for a few days, it totally fixed my 25-year problem of a sore, weak, achy lower back. So, what did this really sharp trainer do to me that he said he could solve my problem, okay? Well, he had me lay down on my side, okay? And he took his thumb and he found this little soft spot right here, right below my pelvis, where the IT band comes in, all right? And he kind of pushed around, and then all of a sudden, ow, it hurt, okay? And then he just pushed and pushed, and he held the pressure there. And let me tell you, it was very uncomfortable. It was more than uncomfortable, it was very painful. And he held it there for a minute, okay? A full minute of really, really tough pain. Then he had me flip over, he did my other side. He said, you do this with a ball, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do it in a minute. so you can do it yourself without somebody poking on you with their thumb. He said, you do this on both sides for a minute or two every day, maybe even a couple of times a day, and I promise you your back's gonna get better. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. I've been seeing all these kind of specialists and nothing had worked. So sure enough, I do that about 3 times that week, and damned if my back did just completely, just mysteriously, miraculously get better. And I mean, literally, all the pain, the weakness, the fatigue, the soreness was completely gone after just about 3 days of doing what I'm about to show you. So why do I have 2 different little pieces of equipment here? Well, there's a couple of ways we can attack this problem. I'm going to show you what solved my problem first, and then I want you guys to try that, and then of course we're going to try the second piece of equipment in case the first piece of equipment doesn't solve your problem. All right, guys, you're not going to be able to see exactly where this is, okay? But you're going to be able to feel it. So I'm going to put this ball here. And by the way, this is a lacrosse ball. It's rubber, but it's really solid. A tennis ball won't work. It's way too soft and squishy, okay? So you can get these little baby foam roller balls that are basically the same size. You could use a baseball, it would be fantastic. Even a softball, all right? Anything nice and hard, a cue ball, okay? All right? Anything, you know, so you're gonna put it on the ground and then you're gonna roll it under your hip here. Now you're gonna have to kind of wiggle around, and you gotta find that little spot, okay? It's right below your pelvis bone, and it's kind of where all the muscles come together. Your glute, your IT band ties in, and you can roll around till you find it. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the sorest spot. Oh, there it is. And it's a soft area, okay? So I'm not on a bone right now, but I'm pushing on this fascia, this connective tissue, and it's sore, okay? And I'm allowing my weight to sink down in it. All right, now not all of my weight, so I'm holding part of my body weight up with this leg, all right? But I want you guys to, so I'm pushing more and more weight down. I'm letting more of my weight, okay? And I just want you to hold it there. Now, if you move off of that spot, just a half an inch, it doesn't hurt. I can put all my weight. So I gotta find that really painful spot again, and just hold it there. All right, so try to hold it for about a minute. And this is not fun, okay? I mean, I'm not faking it right now. I haven't done this in a while. And that's why it's so sore. So you do this on a regular basis, and guess what? It won't be sore anymore, all right? And when it's not sore anymore, you can stop doing it. And then, if months and months from now your back starts to hurt you again, guess what? I bet you your IT band has gotten tight, all right? So anyway, I'm going to turn over and do it on the other side just to kind of give you a different angle to look at. Now, I got to roll around until I find that spot, and okay, there it is. Now, it's just tiny little movements I'm making to find that spot, okay? Because if I move just a hair, that ball will roll off that really uncomfortable sore spot, and then it's not doing me any good. So I start off with moderate amount of pressure, and it hurts, and then I try to relax as much as possible. And it's hard, guys, because this really does hurt. And then you can't see this on the camera, but I'm slowly allowing more of my weight to push down on that ball, which of course is squishing into my IT band, and of course that is pushing the IT band into your pelvis bone, okay? So hold this, try to do it for about a minute or so. Okay. All right, so a minute aside. Now, if you really want to push it, you can go back and do the other side for a minute, all right? So you can switch back and forth, do each side twice for a minute each time. Do that once a day for 3 or 4 days and see how that affects your lower back. For me, it literally was a miracle. It changed everything, okay? I mean, 25 years of weak lower back pain problems just totally vanished. And I couldn't believe this little thing solved my problem. All right, so 2 pieces of equipment, two things we're going to work on. So I just showed you how to use the ball to focus on where the IT band ties into your pelvis, but your IT band goes all the way down your leg and then ties into the outside of your knee. This is another thing I want you guys to try, especially if this ball doesn't solve your problem within a few days. A foam roller, all right? So you guys all know what this is. And this time we're going to roll the entire length of our IT band. Now, some of you guys may be experiencing some soreness in your knees, and you may think you just got bad knees. And you may have, okay? Maybe arthritis in your knees, you may have tendonitis in your knees, or maybe it's just a tight IT band. It's just too easy not to try some of these things, guys, to solve your problems. Because let me tell you, if you've been dealing with this for years and years and years, sore knees, you know, then it helps to at least give it a try. It's free, right? So all I'm doing, and you can feel the foam roller pushing against that IT band, because then it's squishing the IT band up into the bone, okay, into your femur, and it's sore, okay. Now guys, the more sore, the more it hurts, the more it means you need to be foam rolling, okay. So I'm gonna move it down now, and then I'm gonna roll the lower part, okay, so I can start at my knee and then slowly move up my leg, okay. And so, all right, so guys, obviously I'm rolling my left leg here. I'm focusing on keeping my leg in a position the roller only hits the outside of my leg, the IT band. Now, of course, my right leg is only here to help support and to control my movement, okay, up and down here. So guys, I want you to roll this IT band, okay, on each leg. It's good to try to roll up and down for about a minute, okay? Do the right side and then come back and do the left side again and the right side again. So if you can do it twice, okay, you're going to be hitting so many potential areas that might be causing your back to hurt, that this is the best way I can possibly think of to cover all the bases when it comes to trying to figure out and solve that weak lower back. All right, and the reason I'm showing you all this today is because it happens to tons of people, okay? So, you know, if it happens to me, I promise it happens to other people that are even more sedentary than me, because I'm out there moving around a lot, and I actually do stretch on a regular basis. So when I'm at the gym working out, even if I'm doing a chest workout, I'm actually stretching my legs while I'm resting, okay, in between chest exercises. So I'm not a real stiff guy. I'm 58 years old, and I'm reasonably flexible. All right, so one more muscle I want you guys to experiment rolling with, because this is another potential cause for lower back pain, and that is your glutes, your ass, your butt, all right? your gluteus medius. Now, it's a big muscle back here, guys. And I want you to try, if you try to roll both at the same time, okay, your weight is spread out over a really large area, so you're not getting enough force, okay? It's not going to be painful enough, basically. So you got to just roll one butt cheek at a time, all right? So I'm just focusing on my left butt cheek now. So I want to raise my left leg off the ground so that I can get as much weight as possible on my glute. And guys, you're just going to try to roll up and down. Feel everything, all right? You know, if you feel a really sore spot, hold it there. And then kind of just barely go back and forth. And now turn slightly. Now I'm getting just a different angle. All right, I'm hitting my glute muscle from a slightly different angle. Oh boy. All right, so yeah, that's sore. And so because it's sore, it means I've got some problems, all right? So you'll know that things are much, much better when you do this and it's not extremely painful. Now, you're still gonna feel some soreness, okay? That's fine. But when it's really hurting you, guys, that means you got a problem and you need to roll. The more you roll, the better. So you can do this a couple times a day if you want to. And then trust me, just try it for 3, 4, 5 days. And if it's not helping your problem, then Your muscles, your IT bands, your ligaments, your tendons probably are not causing your lower back problem. You may have disc problems, all right? So these do not help, okay, if you have a blown disc. And that's another issue. I've actually blown out a disc, all right? I've ruptured a disc in my lower back. I think it was L5 or L4, L5. Anyway, I mean, it was excruciating pain. I went to the hospital. I went to the ER twice in one day. It was so bad. But guess what? I did some just basic, simple rehab, and within a few months, I was back 100%. All right, that was years ago. I was about 50 years old when that happened, and trust me, guys, within a few months, I was back to normal. I was playing golf, I was lifting weights. It has not affected me, okay? So just because you hurt your back doesn't mean you cannot have a 100% recovery, even at our age. All right, I know it's goofy, all right, and it sounds too good to be true, but trust me, guys, I promise it worked on me, and I would not be making this recommendation for you guys if I was not a living, walking, perfect example of how something so simple can be so helpful. And then, guys, the other thing is it doesn't cost a nickel. I'm not telling you to go see a doctor. You don't have to go get an expensive MRI. This is something you can try at home, and within a few days, you're gonna know if this is working or not. So guys, it won't happen overnight. But if you stick with this, your foam rolling, I promise you will see results.